Tell me about
growing
that.
up playing football, everybody called me Mac 10.
What position did you play?
I played.
Wait. I was going
I
to
played
guess.
lineman my whole. I was a big kid until I
Oh.
got to like my freshman year in high school.
And then you normalized.
Then I normalized.
Got it.
Then I played linebacker, and I was like a way bigger kid. And like I was just evened out. But it was like growing
Got
up, I
it.
was just bigger. So they called me Mac 10, and one of my idols called me Mac 10.
Wait, but why Mac 10? Because the Mid-American Conference?
Oh man, okay. So no, when I was a baby.
But can you shout out for me for even knowing that acronym?
First of all, that was nice.
I just want to flex a little bit that I even knew that. Thank you.
That was
Please,
nice.
please
That was
continue.
nice.
That's why I call myself G-Money.
G-Money.
Dude, I gave myself a nickname.
I love it.
I gave myself a
Get you
nickname.
chain next time.
I know,
I'm
right?
gonna bring you a chain next time.
Please,
Gotcha.
gift me.
How
I
is someone
accept.
supposed to know your name if it's not on your shirt?
I know. I'm going to get shirts made. What's next?
They called me Mac 10 because I was a baby in a stroller. My brothers, I guess, were pushing me around. And they said 10 girls came by that I could Mac 10 girls, even as a baby. It was like a funny
and
joke.
what is Mac like making out?
I have no idea.
Like
It's
real
like,
talk.
like,
Mac-
like a Mac, like a player. Like
I think Matt, he can get the girls' numbers.
Oh.
He can
like
get them.
Mac and like
Return of the Mac.
Yeah. they're
You-
good.
Return
Wow.
of the Mac.
that was amazing.
Right?
That was absolutely amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
So it eventually led into somebody calling me Mac 10.
I love that.
And so as I got older, like just people who didn't know me like would call me the Rasta just because I was.
Wait, now we went from Mac 10 to Rasta?
People just started calling me Rasta. You don't get it.
Did you always have the dreads?
No, not till I was a freshman in high school.
So they just call you Rasta out of the blue?
I'm telling you, it was like 5-6 years after me having my dreads, people just started calling me Rasta.
Oh, so I was like, you had the dreads when people called you Rasta. I thought they
Oh,
just
yeah.
started calling you
No,
Rasta.
no, no,
like,
no.
That'd be
Me neither.
odd.
I've had my dreads for 15 years now.
I just asked you that, man. It's like half your life.
Yeah. So
That's why they call you Rasta.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
can
it
I
wasn't-
see? Give me a little turn. Like, can I touch him?
yeah, of course.
Can I smell him? I'm kidding. I love it. You got some good. I got to turn my. These. Wow, he's fanning them out. This is
he's
good
shaking 'em.
hair, Chris. This is
Yeah.
killing the game.
That's 15 years.
That's 15.
Never cut it, never did anything like that.
Can we talk about the because again, and Kenny, jump in.
I am.
Jump in. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah.
Please.
Okay.
Jump in.
This is Chris
Yeah.
taking the lead, you know?
Yeah,
Return
Chris-
of the
Chris
Mac.
is-
Chris has the Chris has the cooler nickname than mine.
Well, do you have a nickname?
Kenny.
Bro.
They call me Kenny.
What is your middle name?
Android.
Android?
No D on it. And like Android with no D. Android.
ANDROI.
Yep. ANDRI.
Like an Android phone, but not the D.
Yep. That's
that
exactly
is-
what it is. And
Okay.
I'm anti-Apple too. Super anti-Apple.
Oh,
'cause of that.
wow.
I'm pretty
How
biased.
How about
towards
we come up
Android.
with a nickname before you leave today?
Okay.
Yeah.
That works for me.
We'll think about it.
We'll think
Yeah,
about
it
something.
has to
together.
feel right. But can you explain why you started the dreads?
Oh, one of my somebody who I really idolized as a kid had started dreads, and I
'Cause it's a
followed,
commitment.
and I followed suit. Yeah.
But what is the philosophy behind the dreads?
I don't want to speak too deep on a culture that I'm not fully background in.
Just say what you know. Because this radio, listen, for those of you listening, any detail or statistic I give is about 70% accurate. I
Honestly,
do not claim to be anything. I'm not looking stuff up. I'm just talking.
It's about being the free of who you are. Like it's a there's no need
It's
for
the
me.
freedom thing.
There's no need for me to try to like comb my hair or try to change it or do anything. My hair's
Okay.
locked up. I'm not gonna. For me to get it, I have to cut it out.
Got
There is
it.
no changing up at this
Is there
point.
something about, the hair has energy and it's carrying time.
It's-
There's
totally-
something very spiritual about it, right?
It's something I can't explain,
Yeah.
but you're on the right track because I had one dread fall out. I got it stuck when I was sleeping and it
Okay.
yanked and it pulled out.
Is
and
it that easy to pull out, Chris?
No,
You really yanked it.
It was under me when I was
Oh,
sleeping and I
oh.
like yanked because it's so long now. Like,
Oh,
it's
totally
down
that.
past my back. So like, yeah, it yanked-
Easy.
And that morning,
Where do you sleep with with the Rasta bun? That's why they do that.
yeah, that's why you do that. Because
I
if not,
feel like I just came off the turnip truck, didn't I? How I
That's-
should know these things.
Oh, yeah.
no. So,
He's educating us right now.
so even after I
A+.
when one got pulled out the next morning, like I woke up, I felt emotional. And I didn't know why. And I looked in the bed and like I saw like the dread laying there and I was like, oh my God, like it really affects your energy like
I
that.
believe
Wow.
that.
'Cause I didn't know how to I was like,
That's
what
freaking
what's going on? I was
cool.
like, day's going good. Okay, I woke up like, no, I'm good. Okay, why am I feeling emotional right now? And I just
Oh,
lifted the
wow.
blanket and I saw the dread laying right there and I was like, oh my
That
gosh.
is so beautiful.
It truly affects me like that. And it's not even
Wow.
like you have to be aware of it. Like you just you just feel it.
I
You
can
feel it.
imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
interesting.
I thought
That's
so.
why I was very
Yeah.
anybody else I would have said no. I would have happily said no, not touching my hair. But you have good energy, and I can feel people don't have good
I
energy.
deposited some light and love into
But
it.
you do, because
Mhm.
when I've had somebody who was and I felt it, and I felt myself get angry, and I was like, "What
Oh,
the hell is
wow.
going on?" And I realized, oh, somebody with negative energy touched the
Mm.
most
You
energetic part of
also
my
have
body.
probably a lot of other, spiritual skills and gifts that are.
Yeah, I would hope so. I would believe
Yes,
so.
yeah.
Are you being modest about some things that you?
Yes, I'm trying to be. It's-
Well, let's talk about Kenny for a second. But I want to
yeah.
go back to spiritual gifts, Kenny.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question. So it's Black History Month. What does that mean to you?
It's just Black History means to me is very important because I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, which is the home of the civil rights movement, and I like this shed like that. What my mother, my uncle did, they had to go through the civil rights movement just so we can be in a room today right now. Even talk about integrating schools. So like I remember my uncle was the second African American to go to Indiana University Law School. I remember just
Okay.
hearing about these kind of things. So for me, it's just to give homage to it, and that we can't forget where we go from. Like the Civil Rights Bill that's stalled in Congress is a thing I'm really passionate about.
Okay.
Anything that's civil rights
I
wise,
see
or
this. Okay.
it's one of these things I'm passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
Also about helping people out. Like a lot of people who are hurting, a lot of people of color, and I like to see like what we need to shed more light on their issues because sometimes we always talk about making money at least, but
Clearly, you love making money.
But I also talk
be
about
mad
a
about
lot
that.
of a lot of social things. Like for me, it's like I run nonprofits. I'm doing a community service project. Got one on Memorial Day coming up. I got another one. We're going to paint the Carrot Society. We're going to paint the homeless shelter for the veterans. Last year I did Nevada Home for the Youth. We painted theirs. Give book bags to the 100 Black Men. I remember 100 Black Men in Las Vegas as well too.
Tell me more about that.
It's a professional organization of black men. It was founded in 1968 up in New York City.
Okay.
It was found by the chapter here was founded by Larry Mosley,
Okay.
former executive director of Dieter for Nevada, and high level IBM exec. So we come together. We do community service projects where we try to uplift people of color.
Very nice.
I was a member. I got in trouble when I was in high school. I got in trouble and.
For
I stole a car. I stole a car.
Okay.
I stole a car.
Oh.
I stole a car when I was
That's
16
not
years old.
small. That's not insignificant.
I kind
Was it a family member car or like off the lot?
No, I
How
just
hard in the paint did you go with this?
not that hard.
Okay.
I just called a locksmith.
Oh, you
Yeah.
called a locksmith to rob a car?
Yeah, and I don't know. I had a friend on the shop. So yeah. So
There it was.
either way,
Hey, why should you do any efforting? Just call a locksmith. You know what I mean?
yeah. I'm
Like he didn't want to verify that was your vehicle? Okay, that's another
okay,
topic.
They don't ask those kind of questions. But either way,
We digress.
Yeah. Either way, I got in trouble. They made me go to community service, and it was through the 100 Black Men I had to
Okay.
do the community service with.
Oh.
And 18 years later, I'm a member of the 100 Black
love that.
Men. I talk to young men about
Is
I'm
it
got in
just
trouble.
100?
No, thousands of us.
I was
And there's
gonna say.
and there's chapters all over the
Very
country.
limiting.
Yeah, we're chapters all over the country. But we do
Wait, we got a new one. Somebody's out.
yeah, but we make sure that we go in the community, help out the community, and we give back. It's like for me, it was
meaningful to you.
it was important to see. Before I got what got me into it, I saw African American men that are professional. I got scientists, I got doctors, got lawyers, and
Got
they
it.
look like me. And it's like I want to be that person. That's the person I want to be.
I
So
love
now I'm like an adult, and I'm like, oh, I can't forget about how I felt when I was 13, 14
Sure.
years old. So now I make it a very big important for me. That's what's important to me. That's what I'm passionate about.
I
is
love
helping
that. You see how he is fired up over here?
I love it.
Thank you, Kenny, for bringing that spirit to this.
Oh yeah. Community service is big to me.
What's your favorite thing to do for community service? What type
Paint.
of
I love to paint houses because on my back,
Oh, okay.
I build houses and I build
Flex,
I
flex.
build
Wow, flex.
restaurants. I build
Wow.
mansions. I can build anything. But for me, it's
when
like
you say build, you are the
general contractor.
That's right. You did say that.
A
Okay.
general contractor. So I got a company, Cascade Construction, just launched this month. Oh, last month. Just started
Okay.
Cascade Construction. Before I was construction project manager, I built and renovated 40 houses. Oh, I built and renovated 40 houses in Atlanta area, and now I'm doing my first project out here.
Okay. Congrats.
Yeah, and I'm very, very.
When did you move out here, Kenny?
June 15th, 2019.
Oh, okay.
So I've been out here 2.5 years.
I've just been here 6 months before you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I came here to go to graduate school, go to school at UNLV. They have a Brookings Institute, and that's one of the programs I really wanted to be a part of, and now I
Okay.
got into the program. But I moved out here and start working for other construction companies. Like, you know what? I'm gonna go into business, back in business for myself. I got great experience building everything, and it's just a real passion where I even take paint, like recycle paint from construction sites, and I'll go paint, like, let's say Nevada Home for Youth. I will paint a elderly lady's house. I'm
Mm.
building where my mom is from in Atlanta, in the West End. I bought a house. Old lady with a wheelchair comes up the middle and say, "Where you bought the house? You bought the house, young man?" I said, "Yeah, I bought the house." It's okay. So I start renovating, fixing the house up. She's at my house every other day asking me a ton of questions.
Oh.
And then we get time I'm done and we've got to get the appraisal. I'm looking at her house like, "That's your house? You know what? I have an issue with gentrification. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna paint your house for free." I told her I'll donate the paint and I'll paint the house for free. And come to find out, I found another nonprofit that gives paint out to people. I partnered with that nonprofit, and now we started
Wow.
16 houses later.
Oh my
I
gosh.
painted over 16 houses for totally free for elderly people who can afford to fix or paint their houses.
Mm.
So this is just one of the things I try to find my way to give back,
I
because
appreciate that.
that can be like anyone else's mom. Like, it could be like your mom. Your mom's 81 years old.
That's
she can't
right.
she can't paint her house.
Yeah. Oh, she could. My
Oh,
mother.
all right. Well,
My
I don't
mother
want-
get
we
on
don't
the
wanna-
ladder. Yeah.
we don't want her painting the
Listen,
house.
if she's 80, she's like 50. I'm 50. I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's how it works around here.
That's how my mom is, but I don't want them doing it fall off the ladder. So I'll just go and
Fair
do it.
enough, yeah.
I'll donate the material, I'll donate
Fair
the
enough.
paint. It'll be a great project, and you'd be surprised. I've had Coca-Cola, Delta, UPS, all being a part of it. And then with the paint recycling, I've recycled over 400,000 gallons of paint. And I've shipped over 46 different countries.
Wow.
Like, so paint recycling.
You're into the painting for sure.
Yeah, like all on the metric side. Everybody needs they got to count how many buckets of paint we got in, how we're to send it to.
You know what? I would call you for fast math that I need. Now I know. I'm gonna hit you up like, hey Kenny. Hey,
I got. You should see me just writing stuff on my whiteboard. That's like all I do all day.
Wow.
Just right.
So you're like that guy. Like, your 3 people got off the bus. The bus went 60 miles an hour.
Oh
The
yeah.
bus slowed down to 35
Oh,
miles an hour.
oh,
2
we
people
got-
got on while it was moving. 5 people got on. Who was the bus driver?
Oh yeah. We got we got
Yeah,
800.
nobody caught my joke. Did you
Yeah.
catch it?
I got it.
I said, who was the bus driver? I didn't even ask you a math
It wasn't
question.
even a math joke.
Yeah. Okay.
See, Kenny, you gotta slow down.
You faked us out with a math
Oh
joke.
man, that's why
I did. I faked you
Thi-
out.
And this
Nice.
is why I got this.
I know.
This is why I got this, so I can slow down.
See,
Yeah, 'cause my mind moves pretty fast.
Cannalean. I see that. Yeah, maybe you should stay off the sativa for a minute. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Tone it down. No, I'm kidding. I love it. Okay. We put a pin in. Are you complete with your answer on my question about what that means to you for Black History Month?
Black History Month, once again, is to highlight the history and the struggle of the African American community. We went from slavery to now from making cannabis drinks.
Yeah, that
And
is a
That's
that
a big
is-
thing. I mean, my mom's 75 years old, and she was told blacks to the back of the bus, and she was like probably
Yeah.
third person at her school. And I've just met so many civil rights leaders. As I work for John Lewis. I've worked for the Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Oh wow.
I've clerked for these. I was a member of I clerked for the Congressional Black Caucus. I was a delegate for the state of Georgia that elected
You've
Barack
lived a lot of
Obama.
life.
I've done like on the political side. I've done very well. I've done very good lobbying on the side. But
That's very
cannabis is something I'm really passionate about. That's my new passion is cannabis, and I can see like how it does help people, especially like how many African Americans went to jail over like the 3 strikes law. That's
Right.
that's
Oh, for the
crazy.
what? Say that again.
The
3 strikes law.
3 strike law, which is
Sorry.
the 1994 crime bill
Yep.
signed by President George W. Bush, not George Bush, Bill Clinton, and it decimated the African American community,
yeah.
broke up households, and caused all these a lot of these problems.
Yeah. Let's take a quick break,
Okay.
and then I want to pick up on that.
Okay.
Thank you. As I always like to say, welcome to the future of cannabis. My name is Gia. I'll be your tour guide.